Hey all, happy Tuesday! Thank you for joining me. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make lovely and quirky hand embroidery kits. And I am here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time, and it's a time for about an hour where we can relax and craft together, and we work on a project from beginning to end. So tonight we are going to continue the Charming Chevrons quilt by Krista Watson of Krista Quilts. We are in the actual quilting phase, so we have the front and the back completed, and we have sandwiched it together with the batting in the middle. And now we are doing some stitch in the ditch to start quilting, to start holding all of our pieces, all of our fronts and backs together. So stitching in the ditch just means sewing right in the seam, like the ditch of the seam. And that will help, it's a good way if you want to hide seams or hide your stitching when you quilt. So we're going to stitch our whole entire quilt along the zigzags with stitch in the ditch, and then we are going to go back and free motion quilt some decorative stitching in all the zigzags, and that is the plan. So we just started yesterday on the quilting, and we're gonna hopefully get another two rows done tonight. But I have some things to show you guys. So my shirt came, this is from TeePublic. I gotta show you guys. It's oh, my little string's in the way, but it's Jean-Luc Picard and Reichert, and he's saying, oh, it's backwards, but it says "Make it so." This is my new nerdy shirt from TeePublic. But I love it. I'm so happy with it. I wanted to just kind of test order from them, from TeePublic, just to see what the quality of the shirt is. And I got the women's slouchy, and this is in the royal blue. But I really, and I got the small, but I really like the slouchy. The fabric is really soft and nice and thin, like a sweet t-shirt, like just a nice comfy t-shirt, but it's just so cute. Make it so. So I put a link to that if you wanted to check out TeePublic or this particular shirt, which I think is fitting. It's nerdy and sewy, so I like that. But yes, TeePublic is a place where people can just upload designs and print out designs, and you can order other people's designs. I know there's a lot of places like that out there. Society 6 is another one. But I never know what the t-shirts are going to be like. So when I saw the Make It So, I had to order that and then just test it out. And I'm really liking this slouchy, the women's slouchy. I think I'll have to browse around again, or maybe I'll upload. I'd like to eventually upload some artwork to that too, and maybe I'll upload something and then get another slouchy. This is just going to be perfect for summer. So anyway, I will flip you around. I do have that book that I mentioned it, what is it called again? The Why We Sleep book. I'll show you that once we're not in reverse. Then I have one other thing to share. So, all right, I'm going to flip you around. We'll get going. Thanks for joining, guys. All right, here's our quilt so far. We stitched these two lines last night. So that is how far we are. I think we should probably be able to get 2 more done. So I'm kind of estimating one, chevron-y row a night, and then there's 11 total. So we should probably get through this next week or so, or like maybe 2 weeks or so. But here's that Why We Sleep book. I did put a link to it, but this is totally my favorite book this year so far, and I read every morning. But yeah, so if you want to know how sleep affects, your health and disease and just daily functioning, and how to make it better, I totally recommend this. It's by a sleep scientist who's been, in the sleep science field for like 20 years. It's super sciencey, but you can tell he's a teacher because he breaks it down really well, so it's digestible and there's analogies and stuff like that. But totally recommend. I had to show it to you guys tonight because it's due in like 2 days. I still have half of the book to read, so I won't have it to share with you guys later. If I don't finish it, I'm probably gonna have to order this because it's so good, and I want it to read again. But one last thing I gotta share with you guys. Look at, okay, so I'm trying to cook more, and I bought this cookbook, but I don't do well with cookbooks. Like, I rarely cook from cookbooks, but I got this cookbook called Simply Vibrant, and I mean, look how just bright and yummy those things look. I'm not really vegetarian, but I want to, just try and eat healthier. And I liked all these vegetables and stuff. So my husband picked out, what he wanted to make first. And I spent the day prepping for this. So I got to give you a report back tomorrow how this goes. But I just got done, before I got on here, I was cutting vegetables. I went to the grocery store today, and I've been cutting vegetables and prepping all the veggies for this. But look at this, curried bean and Brussels sprout stew with roasted kabocha squash. So I had never heard of that squash before, but I did find it. There are a few other things on the list. I'm trying to expand. My husband and I are both trying to expand our cooking abilities this year. We kind of get stuck in what we know, which is not much. So we're trying to find books that have, more flavors and more things to try. So I was excited about that this evening, so I wanted to show you guys. Oh, and then I also put a link to this Madeira thread. This is what I'm using. This is kind of like their gift pack of, it's cotton, and it's 30 pounds. So I did do some research on it. It's 30 weight thread, which means it's pretty thick, but that's good. That's a great weight to do quilting with, because then your stitching will be visible, and it's a nice, heavy, pretty thread. So I did put a link to this as well. I have the red and the burgundy out of here, and I'm just going to try and use whatever I have from here, even though the colors will be mixed and goofy. But, so is our fabric. So I'm just going to start just like all these jewel tony ones, maybe, this guy, maybe even this gold. As I run out of the colors that I'm using, because these are pretty small spools, I'm sure I'll run out eventually. I'll just switch out with some of these other ones. But you guys asked about this last night, and I didn't have any information yet, but I did, I put a link to that. So 30 pound is what we're using. All right, now we can get to business here. All right, so we got the little zigzags going. I need to pull this all the way up again. The recipe sounds so good. So I rarely cook with recipes. We just kind of roast vegetables and, I don't know, cook on the stove, and that's kind of all we do. And we're getting kind of sick of our non-flavorful eating and our just, we're just stuck, I think. It's time to expand a little bit. So I got that book. I think I saw someone talking about it on Instagram or whatever. And that's our first recipe, but we're going to try and cook intentionally, like the two of us together, like once a week. We always get kind of stuck in whatever work's happening. Yeah, we grill out a lot too, although we haven't gotten the grill set up yet. So we got some gardening to do, we got some grilling to do. I accidentally hit the foot pedal and my thread popped out. And I'm gonna have to snip the end, make it a little easier. My foot was getting trigger happy there. All right, I gotta get my face right in here. There we go. But yeah, this is maybe thicker, so I should maybe be using a little bigger needle. I'm using an 80-12, but maybe I can go up to a 90. Yeah, that's what we do too, Gretchen. We do a lot of crock pot, or we have in the past, in the recent past, like roasts and soups and that sort of thing, but everything I make at least just ends up tasting bland, like, you know, like not much, which I actually kind of like, but I'm thinking we could do better. So that's where the book comes in, and what we're trying to start doing. And my husband just really likes curries and stuff too, like when we go out. So if we can get that going, if we can just, all I need some more staples, you know, some staple cooking things that we do. That I can just whip together, and for that I need to be introduced to new things and practice them. So I'm hopefully committed to doing that. We'll see how it goes. But I actually bought stuff for this, so I got all the weird ingredients, like special beans and special rice that I've never had before. Got that from the store today, and it's a start, and I got a lot of it, not all of it, but I got a lot of it prepped tonight as well. I'm kind of unrolling this a little bit so we're not dealing with that roll, so I can try that scrunch method instead. Do you like fish? Oh yeah, so we do eat fish. I mean, I think we eat pretty healthy, but it's all just kind of the same, and the way we do it is all pretty bland. So that's why it's time to just try some new things. Try putting some new flavors together. Like for this, I had to buy cardamom pods and curry seeds that or not curry. What did I say? Coriander pods and cumin seeds. So we have to grind those, both of those, and we'll be putting that. It's kind of like a it'll end up being kind of like a soup a little bit, which I like. An easy one is hobo bake. Wrap all your favorite vegetables in foil and spray out. That's basically our meal most of the time, Nolene. We just, whatever we have in the fridge, we just roast. Like, that's actually what we do a lot of times. We just roast vegetables. So we roast vegetables, we make soup, we make salads and egg dishes and roasts, but again, they're all pretty bland. So that's the thing. I want to learn the main things are I want to learn more how to put spices together in yummy ways, because right now we just kind of throw stuff in and it's never right. It never tastes, you know, that great. So I want to learn how to put spices together well, and I want to learn sauces. So like good vinaigrettes and yeah, just little sauces that add tons of flavor. So it's kind of like those two. That's like where we need to focus for sure. So, giving that a try. It was on the list this year. Something, I'm just cooking more together and getting better at it. Getting better at flavors. So I'm not, this is funny. So tonight I'm not having to pick up my whole quilt and move it to the other side. So maybe I was just way far in the center that I felt the need to do that last night. But I don't know, I'm getting pretty bulky here. I don't know, we'll just keep going, see how it goes. But yeah, gotta unroll this a hair. I think maybe it's the unrolling that's helped. It's got more movement and can kind of stay where it wants. Just gotta fit it through the neck here. Then we're good. And I'm doing the one-handed thing where this side I'm using the grippets and this side I'm just kind of I'm holding the bulk. So that's helping me keep the fabric moving so it doesn't ever start pulling on itself because of the weight. I'm just kind of guiding it through and letting the machine do the pulling, which I think is what's supposed to happen. But yeah, right now, ooh, cooking with lemons a lot. See, I don't do that. That's probably something. Use onions and garlic a lot in just about everything. That sounds good. Yeah, oh man, I should have picked some of those. We have spring onions in the garden right now that we can actually use already. I gotta remember to start picking those and using them and stuff. Yeah, I smashed some garlic today, so it's smelling pretty garlicky in here, which is like the best smell. Best if you just have scrunched, not rolled. Rolled is too rigid. Oh, that's just what it's feeling like, Noeline. Like I'm just scrunching it today, and you're totally right. It does feel way less rigid. And I feel like it's going faster. I think my stitches will probably be better today too. Yeah, and the parts that are still rolled, they are definitely stiff, and I'm going to be unrolling them as I go tonight here. But yeah, this scrunch method, way, way better. I agree. Yeah, that's what it felt like last night, that it was fighting me the whole time. That's a good way to describe it. This, I just gotta keep it fitting through the little neck of my machine here. But yeah, I definitely feel more comfortable tonight doing it this way. I think that solved a lot, having the roll and figuring out just this one-handed thing and then holding the bulk. I think that's helping me a lot too. But yeah, I'm feeling good tonight here. I had to laugh at this t-shirt today when it came in the mail. I was pretty excited. It's just so silly. I'm going to have to see what else they got over there. Now that it's actually nice out, I'm kind of assessing my short sleeve wardrobe situation, and I may need to get rid of some stuff and get some new things. They just all feel kind of frumpy. I suppose this feels frumpy, but I don't know. We'll see. I gotta try everything on again, I think. We'll have to have a spring try-on. You like the fluff method too, Deborah? Yeah, this is feeling just, significantly better, like noticeably. So yeah, I'm digging this too. See, this is why I'm happy we're doing all this straight line stitching now, or not straight line stitching, stitching in the ditch with the walking foot stitching. Let's call it that, walking foot quilting. Because I can work out some of these kinks along the way, so I can feel, so there's less variables when it comes to when we do the free motion, because we'll have some tricks up our sleeve by then. Ooh, a t-shirt quilt. That'd be kind of fun. All right, this is getting goofy. I'm gonna get the other hand in here. All right. Thought for a sec that maybe I didn't put the presser foot down, but I did. I think I'm getting into that habit, so that's good. I mean, this is still cumbersome having to, sew something this big, but it's definitely feeling like just part of the process now, not just a cumbersome mess, so that's good. You sew out of the line a bit in places, but that's okay. Yeah, I was just thinking about that. I'm definitely sewing out of the line in some places, but meh, whatever. We're gonna fill this in with a whole pile of crazy, so I'm not too worried. But yeah, I'm missing the line too quite a bit. Ah, well. I missed a lot of corners and points and the piecing too. Ooh, see, now we got most of the quilt through here. Maybe not most, but like half, and it's not wanting to move as happily. Oh, maybe because I'm still rolled up here. That's what's going on. Let's unroll this a little bit more. That's why it's all rigid here again. Okay. Now I'm feeling like I'm dealing with bulk again. %, good, exactly. Yeah, if you think about only making whatever you're working on 80% good, it's going to get done way faster. You're going to get started on it way easier. And you know what? It's going to get better than 80% as you go too. But you're not going to feel so stressed that it's not perfect either when you're just like, it's 80%. No one else is going to know that it's only 80%. It's all learning. It's all, it's all slow improvements. I just have to trust in that. Always getting better. That's that. All right, I think we're good there. All right, I don't have needle down, the needle down function, automatic function on this machine, so I gotta just gently tap the foot pedal until the needle's down. Some machines will always end up with they have the needle down function, so they'll always end up with the needle down, which is great for when you're doing something like this and have to pivot, like when you're rotating like that, I'm pivoting on the needle, so it needs to be down. Oh, remember, we're also, oh, you did run out of bobbin and you didn't know. That's what I was just going to say, Gretchen. We'll have to just keep an eye on the bobbin and remember that we're actually counting how many lines we can do with one bobbin right now. So this is our third line with our first bobbin, and I started with a full bobbin. So after this bobbin, we should know, like, oh man, we're coming up to, row 5 or whatever. That's when we lost the bobbin last time, so we gotta keep a lookout. I'm hoping we'll be at that status after this first bobbin runs out. I mean, we're using a lot of thread going across this whole quilt. But we're still good. We got about 5 more turny turns to go. All right. stitch, stitch. We must be going, oh, maybe not. We're just approaching where a lot of seams are coming together. And it was, my stitches were getting a little tight at the end there because of the bulk. Oh, it sounds like John is hammering. He was just in here. So we're like cooking late tonight because I was just prepping food and I didn't actually, I just prepped food. I didn't actually make food. So we just made a frittata and it just got done. So that's kind of new for us. We made one when my parents were here in our cast iron. Our cast iron, we have a big, I don't know, 12-inch, or I don't know, 12, 14-inch something, big cast iron deal. And we made a really good frittata in that on Sunday. And we have a bunch of leftover veggies that we needed to use up in the fridge. And so we just put all those in the pan and threw some eggs on top. And we made a kind of a frittata for a late dinner tonight. So when I'm done here tonight, I will get me some frittata. So that feels kind of out there for us as far as, not out there, but like as far as ingredients go, but as far as format, that's kind of new to us. But just so easy. It's a new, that's kind of what I used to do with soup. Like everything that had to go in the fridge, it got turned into soup, and now we can just turn it into a frittata, which is nice. All right, this is our last zigzag here. But yeah, he just came in and was getting a piece out of the cast iron. All right, doing the little reduced stitches here. Okay, and that is all. Snip these two. All right. Oh, see, like, look how much my table is moving as I shimmy this heavy quilt around. All right, so we got that row done. Let's just do a quick, I'm going to come up here. Let's just do a quick look at the back. See if, and the tension. I think we're looking okay. Ooh, we are going through a lot of stuff back here. Oh yes, look, we started going through our big fuzzy area. Looks like we'll be going through that more with the next. Oh look, we got our little zigzaggy rows. Ow, it's gonna be so cute. I'm excited. So, all right, I think this is looking a-okay still. I'm gonna pull this back up, kind of finish unwrapping it. There was still a little bit that was rolled, and I think we're gonna just completely get rid of that. All right, I gotta find out where we just were. Where did it go? Right here, that's our row. Okay, here's our new starting. I know, it's a mystery on the back, like where everything is gonna land. That's kind of fun, I like that. Okay, I'm gonna bring you guys back down. And let's get the starting line again. I just want to double check that I'm not, you know, I just flipped this around. I want to make sure that I'm not accidentally have flipped the back or folded the back. I wanted to make sure that I didn't accidentally flip this and I'm accidentally sewing on the back or something. I want to make sure that, you know, the back is clear. Especially since we're going to be using the back fabric as our binding. We're going to just self bind the back. All right, bulk. All right, it's easy at this beginning part. There's not a lot of bulk. So I'm hoping we can get this row done tonight. We seem to do it last night, and I think I was struggling quite a bit more last night, moving the quilt around. All right. When you make, hamburger soup, you add a jar of spaghetti sauce for seasoning. Oh, that sounds fun. I've never made hamburger soup. Is that just kind of like chili? A little close to this pin. All right, now we're stuffing into the neck again here. Ooh, like vegetable beef soup with hamburger. Ooh, that sounds real good. I like vegetable beef soup. All right. Wow, I can see how this, you know, I've heard people talking about how grueling kind of quilting is, like on the body, and I can tell, like, my wrist, I can feel it in my wrist right here. Ooh, on this hand too. Just moving the fabric around, like holding the fabric here and, you know, moving it around a little. I'm feeling it. Oh, you know what though? I was cutting vegetables all afternoon though too. That could be part of it. A lot of repetitive shenanigans today, I suppose. Ooh, slid up the side here. Oh, your back feels it. Yeah, you know what? It's probably really good that I'm only doing this like an hour every evening, because I'm thinking any more than that, and yeah, this would really start getting pretty stressful. Stressful on the back, stressful on everything really. Neck, shoulders, arms. I'm thinking this is definitely would be an ordeal for all those parts. It almost seems like doing stitch in the ditch work would be easier with a straight ruler. Holly, that's what I'm wondering. So I'll definitely want to try some ruler work when I do the free motion quilting. But I think for this, I'm just going to keep going like this. But yeah, with free motion, I could just move side to side. I wouldn't have to be rotating the fabric this much. But I think I'm going to just keep doing it this way for this stage. But I do want to try, like within some of these, maybe some ruler work. So so basically trying to do straight lines with the free motion foot and a ruler. So I could put this up against the foot, the free motion foot. Let's see, do I have that nearby? Yeah, like I could, with this guy going here, I could I could put this along the edge in theory and then be kind of using that as a guide. But I'm a little worried that that might be a lot for me right now to like handle this and hold this at just the right thing and move around. I don't know. Maybe that would be better. Oh, and then I'd also have to worry about stitch length, and I haven't practiced any, to get the stitch length well. So I thought, let's keep it, relatively easy for this. Yes, I do have to deal with like having to move the quilt around everywhere, but as far as knowing how to use a walking foot versus all the variables with free motion, I think this is probably my best bet right now. But I totally get what you're saying. The ruler work. Oh, you're loving the ruler work, and you'll think I'll like it. Yeah, I'm stoked to give it a try for sure. And if it ends up working well, for sure, if I ever do anything else like this, I would probably just free motion quilt it, like exactly what you're saying. It'll be a good comparison when we're done here. Oh, when you had surgery on your shoulder, you had to give up making large quilts, too much weight. Ugh. Yeah. It's a lot, for sure. Man, I wish my whole giant table was a big acrylic table with the sewing machine sitting in it. That'd be a pretty sweet deal. I feel like I'm getting caught on the table somewhere. Man, I think we're kind of getting there on this one already. Yay! We will have 2 rows done. I still have bobbin, which is nice. The other thing is I gotta make sure that I'm not folding the fabric, the quilt underneath, and sewing through a bunch of layers of quilt. I'd like to think I would notice that happening, but still, it would still be annoying, I think. Ready? Oh, you're gonna make yours in parts and then join them. I've never done quilt as you go before. That'd be something that we should try here sometime. Just because it's kind of a mystery to me how you connect everything. But I'd like to give it a try. Kind of a bump here, but I think it's just seams on the other side. We have all those weird thick things happening on the other side, on the back. And we have about maybe 10 more or so to go. Yeah, there's like a knob here, but I think it's just a ton of fabric. So we will attempt to go over it. Oh, you've watched heaps of the quilt as you go on YouTube, Nolene. Yeah, that's, it's always I get the actual quilting each block part. That sounds awesome. It's the, well, how do you sew those together? Like, what do you do with those raw edges to magically make them, you know, connect? So that's kind of where the mystery lies for me. And I like the mysteries, solving the mysteries for myself. You know, not me solving them, but actually me finally trying the technique out that was such a mystery. You know, learning a little bit and giving it a go. That's one of my favorite things. Well, and that's what we're doing with this too. We're doing that with the free motion quilting once we get there. Ooh, yeah, a quilt as you go quilt, crazy quilt with embellishment. That would be super fun. You know, I was thinking it'd be fun to do like an embroidery block of the month sort of something or another, and that could be a fun quilt as you go. We could give that a try maybe. Do some special embroideries for that. All right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 more little bits here. 4 more angles. And I think that will be that for the night. Definitely a little faster than last night, and we chit-chatted a little bit this at the beginning of this too. I think we're a good 15 minutes faster than last night. That's exciting. We'll have to see if we can break our record every night. I don't know. I don't want to get sloppy by wanting to beat times or anything. But I'm calling it an improvement over last night. I'm zippity-doo-dah today, exactly. Ready. 2 more. Ugh, feeling bulky over here though. There we go. All right, last one. Yep, then supper, exactly, Sue. Little later than usual, but that's all right. I got a bunch of stuff cut up, and that feels good. Little accomplishment. All right, last bit here. This felt much better than last night, so I'm feeling good. I'm thinking we'll be able to get through the rest of these a-okay. All right, let's take this guy off of the machine, and that is all. All right, let's take a look. I want to flip to the back again. All right, so we have these 2 rows to do, or that are done. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 going in that direction. 1, 2. Oh, I definitely didn't start in the middle. I started a little further over because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 left to do. So it'll be really easy once we flip this around. We won't have much to do. All right, and another peek at the zigzags on the back. There they are. You can start seeing them. I like it. We'll be able to take all the pins out when we're done with all this too. Oh yeah, this was right. This is from yesterday. That was right on the edge. I think we're looking okay. Yep, we're stitched through this crazy big piece, so managed that. Awesome. So, all right, guys, I'm going to flip you around and we will call it a day. All right. Hello again. Thanks for joining me again tonight. I think if we can get that progression of easier every day, then we will be good. Because I felt way more confident today than yesterday stitching these lines. And I do want to try that ruler work at some point here, because that would even make this, in theory, easier. If you get good at the free motion quilting, then I think the ruler work would save a whole lot of energy on some of this walking foot stuff. So we'll see. We're just going to keep going on this till we get all these lines done. I think there are 9 more to do. We have the first, or the zigzags. So we have 2 done now, 9 more to go. Yeah, I think a week and a half we'll be ready to start free motion quilting. I'm stoked. So awesome, guys. Be sure to check out those books and get my awesome shirt. Make it so. I think it's the cutest. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. Have a great evening. Good night.